welcome back to Clown World, which is apparently this country now. Suella Braverman is out and David Cameron's in. What? Welcome back, ladies, gents, for Pikachus. A very simple, quick message today. Nobody panic, alright? I know it looks bad. Suella Braverman, the only person in the government who actually had any support, who was actually in some way voted in, like none of the rest of them have any votes. The only one who seemed to have any real say and opinion. She is now history. And who have they replaced her with? David Cameron! You couldn't make it up. You really couldn't. J.K. Rowling could be on the phone and this would be more interesting than any fiction she could come out with. It's ridiculous. But here's why you shouldn't panic. The timing of this is very suspect. And it actually makes no difference at all. Clearly, Suella Braverman had no power in the government, even though she had a high position. None of the stuff she recommended was, happened. None of the stuff that she championed was put in place. Nothing that she talked about was actually done. So actually, her being out the door, it's a bit of an ego punch to the people of this country, but it's not going to make any physical difference to the running of the country. And putting David Cameron in her place smacks of placation, if you ask me. This is electioneering. That's all this is. It's not going to make any difference to anything. So yes, it's a shame we've lost someone who actually was loyal to Britain and was a good, honest politician, Suella Braverman. And yes, okay, we've had her replaced with someone we know has no principles and resigned and run away from the job. The first obstacle he hit, i.e. the referendum in 2016, that was when he left. Remember? Or you might not remember. But don't panic. This is all meant to cause an overreaction. The crooks on the left would just love it if there was a huge riot or lots of riots all over the country because they want the government to be weak. That's how communism sneaks in. They weaken the government, they weaken the individuals, they bully everyone into agreeing through hook or by crook with this woke nonsense, which by the way is communism. It's the same thing. And it's just... how else can I say it? I'm so restricted in the language that I'm able to use. This is sly communism getting in under the door without anyone noticing. And the one person who voiced good, true opposition to it is gone. Out the door. Replaced with David Cameron. Well, the die's cast. We'll see what happens now. Well done, Rishi. You've put this country on a hiding to nothing. You've put us on rails to being completely destroyed and rebuilt as a communist slave state. But it won't work. People don't want it. We don't want it. We don't want woke. We don't want communism. We don't want violence in our streets. We don't want to be supporting wars abroad. We don't want to be paying for it. We don't want to have porous borders. We don't want to have crime going up at a rate of knots. We don't want to have the police as weak and pathetic as they've been made. So people won't accept this at all. And it's just going to degenerate into riots in the street. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. And you haven't seen the last of Suella. She's a lifelong politician. The amount of times that she's seen reshuffles and sideways moves and, crooked replacements. This is not new. This is not new to anyone who has seen politics from the 90s, from the time of Tony Blair until now. So in conclusion, lock your windows and doors. Make sure that you're not walking alone at night. Just be ready for the violence that is now fairly certainly going to happen. It's almost nailed on because of this. That's the point. It isn't going to change anything in government. It's meant to change us and our behaviour. It's meant to draw us out into the streets with our pitchforks saying, rah, the government's racist, and all this stuff. which it is, but I mean, look, just see a trap and don't walk into it. That's the only thing that I can say legally without this video disappearing, being reported as pornography or some other bullshit, you know. See what is provocation, see what is a trap being laid before you, and go around, not through, okay? So I'll have more to report later in the day, I'm sure. But for now, all I can say is I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. Oh dear, just get yourself ready to have the shittest Christmas and New Year, and probably the whole of 2024. And then when all the elections are over, normality will return once again. And hopefully we won't all be commie slaves by that point. So take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.